Greetings, beautiful ones. Sorry we're a little late today, but thank you for being here. I could not go on being the birthday commemoration of the Holy Mother, Mother Mary. So thank you for being here. She is absolutely beautiful. Hello, dearest beautiful Trista. She is really special. Dragged to. I have really been like so swamped with I'm techno brain. It's been like really complicated. So yeah, it was a little bit of a quick jump on, but as I said, could not go without a adoration to the Holy Mother. So let us just light some incense and clear this beautiful space as we welcome in the Holy Mother. Oh, she has, it's been quite a week. It's been quite a last few couple of days as well. I'm sure we've all had quite an interesting time with the energies of the beautiful pink moon. So many endings, so many beginnings, so many rivers of tears being shed. But hey, we're here today and to bring us all the way through this and to bless us with her beautiful grace and her presence and her absolute sweetness is the Holy Mother, the Blessed Mother. So we will just bring in with beautiful scents and aromas of sweetness and divinity. We will just clear this beautiful space. Trista, I think you're lurking in the background. There will be more beautiful pictures. So we consecrate this beautiful space and bring the essence of the holy sweetness, the compassion, the love, the divinity, the creation of the Holy Mother. We thank you that we might consecrate this day and ourselves to loving you and serving you and honoring you in all your beautiful aspects. The Mother is the Mother is the Mother. Everybody, by God's grace, has a mother. So long may it continue. And let us just clear the space with some beautiful sounds. Bells and smells and gongs and bongs. So, 3 holy chimes. From our beautiful Tibetan symbols of welcoming Mother, the Holy Trinity. Thank you, Blessed Mother, for gracing us with your presence. Let's just put her up here. I think we have her here somewhere. Yeah. And let us just bring her in with a beautiful invocation. She was so sweet. She was so beautiful. Oh, Radiant Mother. So maybe we just want to take a sweet, deep breath and still ourselves. Ground. Bring in a beautiful bubble of golden light around us. Breathe in the holy scent and aroma of divinity, the scent of roses. Breathe in the golden essence, the comforting white cloud of compassion and love. Surround us with tenderness. Just touch your heart, and from your heart, reflect and embrace these words. O radiant Mother, Queen of Heaven, bearer of stars, keeper of the rose, you who are Prakriti, the very womb of creation, the eternal river through which all life flows. Holy Mother of Yeshua, you whose immaculate heart holds the mysteries of birth and rebirth, receive our devotion on this blessed day. Mother of Gaia, you who breathe as the mountains, who sing as the rivers, and cradle us in the soft green arms of the earth, we bow in gratitude at your feet. O divine Sophia, anointress of light, wrap us in your mantle of pearls and sky. Cloak us in the radiance of your compassion, that we may walk as children of your eternal love. Today we celebrate your holy birth, not bound by time, but eternal in spirit, the flame that shines through all ages, the guiding star of every soul returning home. Bless us, O Mother, to remember your stillness within us, to walk in your gentleness, to live as vessels of your sacred love. Hail Mary, Queen of heaven and earth, we are your children, we are your song, we are your offering of devotion forever and ever. Let it be, so be it. Om Haritat Om. So the mother is known by many names. I'm just working a little bit from the kind of official that we just remember. And sometimes it is for me just a time when life was simpler. Just the simple mother. Just the simple mother of Jesus, who for me was so blessed and so sweet and so pure and so comforting, and just life was just was from a very much more innocent time. We have really catapulted into an extraordinary time on our planet at this stage. So over the many ages in the West, she has been known, and millions of pictures have been done adorning her. And oops, where did I go? I went somewhere wrong. There we go. So she has been known by many names. The Queen of Heaven, which honors her as the exalted mother who reigns in the heavenly realms, guiding souls with her compassion and her light. Theotokos in Greek, which means the God-bearer, declared at the Council of Ephesus, it affirms that was like 430 years after the birth. And when they decided that they would have to keep the Mother of Mary God as the true Mother of God, the vessel through which the divine entered the world. As the Mother of God, let's see what we have. What do we have over here? We have her here as the Queen of Heaven, just radiant with so much glory, and that sacred heart just covered in stars. As the Queen of Angels, I love that little touch of the flamingos that popped in. Yeah, she is also known as the Queen of Angels. which honors her as the mother, surrounded and served by angels, the intercessor for us between heaven and earth. She is also known as Our Lady, or the Lady of Notre Dame. She is a tender title used in many cultures, highlighting her closeness to the people as their lady and their protector. She is known as the Star of the Sea, which is a very ancient name, seeing Mary as the guiding star who leads sailors and all seekers safely through the storms of life. She is known as the Immaculate Conception, proclaiming her as conceived without original sin, pure and holy from the moment of her creation. Let's see what else we have of her. Ah, tender and sweet as the dear beloved Mother of God. The divine Immaculate Conception proclaimed to emphasize her role as the mother of Joshua, who is both divine and human, showing her as the mother of the Incarnation. Known as the Immaculate Conception, proclaims her as conceived without original sin, pure and holy from the moment of her creation. As the rose mystica symbolizes her beauty, fragrance, and mystical hidden wisdom, often linked to the unfolding petals of divine mysteries. She is known as the Queen of Angels, surrounded and served by angels, intercessor between heaven and earth. Okay, I didn't want that one yet. I'm sorry, I don't have the picture here of Our Lady of Guadalupe. I did make her. And the one which, I think we've mocked so much, but I've really been through this week, as I think many of us have, as the Queen of Sorrows. Very sad picture, but we can very often relate to that, where our heart has been so pierced and so devoured and so cut up. So it honors Mary's deep compassion and the 7 sorrows she endured. Oh, well, I don't have the Guadalupe, but she is there somewhere. Was given to her apparition in Mexico in 1531, where she appeared as a radiant indigenous woman, initiating heaven and earth for the poor and oppressed. And she was surrounded by flowering, blooming roses, which was out of season. As the Mother of Mercy celebrates her compassion, her intercession, and the healing grace she pours into the world. There's so many beautiful, beautiful images of her. She is known as the Queen of Peace, calls upon her as the one who brings stillness, reconciliation, and harmony among people and nations. She is known as the spouse of the Holy Spirit, a mystical name highlighting her union with the Spirit in conceiving Yeshua. She is the human vessel of divine creativity. She is known as the Ark of the Covenant, symbolic of her as the new Ark, who carried the divine presence, Christ, within her womb, like the Ark in the temple carried the tablets of law. Each of these names, and there's still many more, is like a little facet of a jewel, revealing a different ray of Mary's light. Sometimes tender mother, sometimes radiant queen, sometimes the wise Sophia, sometimes the compassionate comforter, sometimes the one who bleeds in sorrow with us. But if we call on the mother, she's always there. Hello, Grace. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I had a few. Let me just go through them. And the Guadalupe didn't. I've been really battling a lot with sorrows, my calling, which is like, woke up with that, battling with technology here. But I spent hours and hours trying to figure out how to install this hard drive, and all I needed, which I found out a few moments ago, was just one click and it's all in. So I'll do that afterwards because my computer is groaning so much and it's not like being able to save anything. So it's like been a bit of an irritation and a frustration. So it saves only some images. So we don't have many of the images that I would have liked to have put up today because it just doesn't want to do it for me. But we did get some beautiful ones. I love the touch of the flamingos. The flamingos, that's why we went on this crazy flamingo ride, are very, very, very special to me. They are very indicative of my father. He had his company was called Flamingo Plastics. And he was so proud of the flamingo he drew, which he just drew freehand. Yeah. And he's also, I think, for many of us right now, and of course the Mother of God. It's just hold on to your chairs right now. But it's like, it's so interesting when one goes into how that she was between the ages of 12 and 16 when she gave birth. So didn't have much time to develop bad karma. But they also do say that she was also immaculately conceived as well, that she came from that lineage, which is why she was also so pure and could carry the Christ child. I did put that up just now, and I'm going to put it up again because I've been through a very deep space of they did like this one for a lot, but just we deal with it so easily when it comes. It's not a comfortable card, but when we deal with it in the three of hearts in the tarot deck, but many people get very judgmental about it when they see it in the Catholic portrayal of it. But many women have they've carried a lot within their heart, and a lot has not been able to be spoken about. So she's really been the comforter of women. I'm not going to get into any religious or political debates about it right now. From a church perspective, I'm trying to just take it very simply as grassroots. Oh, I didn't know that, Grace. I must have a look at that. Thank you. Yeah, I think she's very, whichever form she takes for you, I've spent a lot of tears the last few days, um, and calling on her. There was a time when life was just very simple, not being brought up as a Catholic, not doing the mother thing at all, until actually my heart started to was broken by um, very, very close people in my life. And then I really called out. I worked with the broken heart, the heart of sorrows, and I started making rosaries and really like tuned into the beauty and the sacredness of the Holy Mother. I think I had mentioned it before that even though I was christened a Catholic, we never went to church at all. Like 3 times, I can really think. If I say 5, I know I'm lying because I can't even think of that. I never went with my mother, not to the Catholic Church. Um, I think my father was really an atheist, but he always had a little um, Mother Mary in his wallet. And I asked him once why the mother, the Catholic Church. And he just said it was so simple. He said, because it's so much easier to ask. So it's often so much easier to ask the mother than the father. I was not allowed to go to any other church things. Yeah. And I find her, for me, I work, as you know, I work a lot with the other, the mothers in all sorts of other ways. But I still really just find that this beautiful Sacred Heart, the beautiful Mary, is just really where I want to put my head and feel just most comfortable. And I feel that her comfort is really hugely there. I think it is for a lot of us, whether we brought up with it or not. I think that was one of the saddest things that the church ever did, was to take the mother out of it. And it was just interesting. I have my own thoughts on it, but I did ask my helper here, um, because it was one of the things that Jesus said. And of course, I love the Guadalupe. I went through a phase. I did so many Mother Marys. I have such a collection of cards, sacred cards and sacred images of the Mother. I should actually put some of the ones up. But it was the moment, which very few people actually speak about, that was like very near to and I like to just take it at grassroots as it was written. I'm not getting into any debacles about it because it's actually screwed up my brain a lot over the last couple of years. Yeah. But also like just the whole church thing, not necessarily to me, but indirectly to me and through to my mother through the church. So it's like been a really very hard time. I think for many of us, but this was just my thing. But I used to just, when I sort of gave my life to God when I was 21, and I would just sit with me. It was me and my, yeah, I think so. I think so. Mary was always, yeah. I think because Grace, I think because so much of the fascism was built up around this whole church thing. My father, he was a man that would try to understand things in his own way, So I became one of those kind of crazy reborn again Christian type people. And I was also very lucky because I didn't know anybody. So it was just between me and God in my chair and my Bible. And I would just get up at 5 o'clock every morning and just spend time with my Jesus. And it was really, really beautiful. It was so safe and sacred. And when I did kind of go to a church, the first one wasn't too bad because then I would teach them Sunday school. But then I was just so manipulated by my husband, who, it was also so weird because he left. I became this Christian and I just said I couldn't take this anymore with him. He just slept all the time. And I said, well, if it's thy will, he'll go because nothing's going to move Michael. And the next thing, he actually moved out. But stupidly enough, I did go back. But that was like, I've been like so, like many people, used and manipulated through church. He said, no, he's not going to church and I should come back. Well, it was a disaster. I think the most horrible people I've ever met have been through the church. And it's like, so it just became me and my God again, and me and the mother, and me and the Holy Mary. And I would make everything I did was actually to the glory of God, to the sweetness of God, and with the sweetness of the angels and the sweetness of Mary. And life was really, really sweet. It was just sweet and simple and divine. I mean, it was challenging, obviously, was life. But my faith was just very pure and very simple, but very big. I was always very open to it. But anyway, my father, I thought about it afterwards. You don't think about it in the beginning. There was one day he came to the office and he threw the Bible down on the table. And he said he tried to read it. So he'd obviously never read the Bible. He said, but he's never ever come across such a bloodthirsty person. I would love to hear some of them, Grace, because they all give such a different aspect of her, which is right. That's like for me, and I still like I've really been through quite a challenging battle in my head space, in my heart space. That the Indians have so many different names and forms of the mother, which is not that they only have one. But there's just she's just like, brought into so much beauty. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, you had that at school. Yeah. I went to a convent and then I was sexually molested, so I was promptly expelled. And it was just before my birthday. And everybody was told that if they came to my birthday party, they would also be expelled. So that didn't work. So I didn't feel any compassion at all from the church. So, yeah, it was kind of weird. And, yeah, even when I was with the sort of more Pentecostal church, they were just the most horrible people. And I mean, my relationship with Jesus and God and all that was like really personal and very sweet. But as soon as I kind of got out there into the open, it was horrid. And then my mother came to church with us, and then it was because she had a bit of money, and people were absolutely adamant that she should now like invest in their like business ideas because this is like the Christian thing to do. And it's just like, no, it's not. So there's just been Grace, please, I don't want to cry anymore. I really like, I feel hugely that I know I have, but like hugely taken on so many sorrows. Oh, that was, I passed over that many years ago. This one now that I'm dealing with my mother has been like intense. My mother had a stroke. I lost my eyes, so I could see a little bit. And my mother was staying with us. She'd just come to visit, and then she went back down to Cape Town, which was also like a whole manipulation. I have this really, just been channeling. I've just felt so dear. My father has been so dear to me. But this one is it's like wobbled my faith completely. Well, not completely because I still held on to the string. But my sister's very deeply involved in the church, not the Catholic Church, something called the Grapevine or something. And I mean, she's literally trying to kill my mother. And she's just treated her so viciously. And I spent a lot of energy, time, and of course, a lot of money trying to sort it out. And she deals in such deep, dark magic. She's like really weird. But I'm the one going to because I have these idols in my home. But anyway, and she would go to my mother in her like She just refused to give my mother any treatment or to initiate any treatment. As fast as I would like get some speech therapy for her, or just somebody to come and massage her arms and her legs, because there's really nothing. The stroke is not a big thing, but she's just been left to rot there completely. And I would make her room pretty, and I put up a picture of the Jesus from the Shroud of Turin next to her bed so that you could see it. Then I would go, and then my sister, because I stayed quite far away, my sister stays 5 minutes away from her. And then she would like rip these pictures down and she'd say, "Who said that? This is what Jesus looked like." She would be just so abusive to my mother. I mean, she always was abusive to my mother, but to sit and scream at her, to stand and scream at her in this phase. Anyway, so my heart breaks. My heart is absolutely shattered, broken, ripped. But very deeply this week, I've sat under the tree, like under a cocoon, for hours and cried and cried and cried, and just really felt, this is just the last couple, I felt my father deeply with me, and yeah, the Holy Mother, and just to move, and Jesus, my Jesus, not the Jesus out there, the one that gets us all confused right now, just me and my God. And I think that is just thank you, Grace. I know. Thank you for reminding me. Mm, thank you. And you're so special to me. Thank you so very much. And yeah, I do need to be back here because I have a lot to hold. And I've almost given up like a couple of times, a few times this week. And such like interesting signs of the universe. So it's just no more question time. It's just where we are right now. It's such an interesting time. Sorry, I'm really sounding a little down and miserable and depressed, but it's fine. We all got our stuff to go through. Yeah. I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say. It was more on a lighter thing. Well, it's times of deepest darkness. Mother Mary comes to me. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah. And we're coming, I actually have something. I will send it to you. I hope it gets to you. I don't know when you're going off to Australia, but I will post it off to you tomorrow. So I don't know what it looks like, so you'll have to let me know what it looks like. But it was the Behold Your Mother that Jesus said on the cross. They were almost the last words that he said. And he looked at John and he said, "Behold your mother." And I mean, I'd often wondered about that, but nobody ever talks about that in the church thing, And over the years, it was, well, it's Mother Earth, because then I went down I read the Gospel of the Essenes, which is absolutely beautiful, and really embraces that the mother is the earth. But it was just like that's actually why my son doesn't speak to me, because that kind of my other son, my big one, because I told him that God was a little more than a whole pile of tattoos on your body. Anyway, behold thy mother, or behold thy grandmother. Just go and fetch her from the hospital. Your mother's blind, she can't do it. Anyway, so when Jesus was on the cross, he looked at John, the beloved disciple, and I've always felt just so dear to. I love the disciples. I love Peter. Peter was just wild. He was foul-mouthed and rude and obnoxious. That was the other thing that I often wondered about when he had the transfiguration, and he turned around. I can't remember who was with him. I know it was Peter. And Peter said, "Oh, come, let us make a nice church here. Let's make a nice commemoration." And Jesus turned around to him and said, "Get behind me, Satan." And I often wondered what that was. And then for me, it was like, it's not a building. You definitely don't want to make a building to commemorate what happened here, because it just leads to more problems. And yeah, I'm like losing track of myself. John, the beloved disciple, and his mother Mary. And he said, "Behold thy mother." So if you want to know, it's in John 19:27. I should go and read it. The words carried layers of meaning, both immediate and eternal. I've asked many people, and a lot of the general consensus of the church today is that it's the church that he was talking about, which is like such crap. I actually heard such kind of crazy crap today as well. Um, oh, okay. There's no questions now. Oh, I love that, Grace. I've said it, yes. Absolutely. There are no questions. Thank you for that. I'm just like reminding myself for quite a while, not a long time, like about a week, but hugely, um, not 2 weeks, that everything is synchronicity. Everything is working out for me. I'm really just, whatever I see is right. Whatever I feel is right. You know? And I'm just in the space of grace, and I am just, everything's working out for me. All the tears, all the pain, all of that, it's fine. So it's like, it's similar to that. There's no questions. Everything is just absolutely put in front of me, and I need to just deal with it. I had such a very, very interesting time today, where my father literally came and kind of spoke to me again. But I'll show you, he's spoken a lot this week. But it's not to look for little silly signs and wonders anymore. And it's ridiculous. I always just live my life. This has been like really dreadful, Germany, because I have nothing here. So really, but let's just carry on reading here what they said, which I thought was just interesting. I just said, like, beautifully, as the mother to care for the Holy Mother Earth. What a different world we would have if that was the way that it had been interpreted. And behold thy mother, to look at her as the mother that feeds you, the mother that nourishes you. Okay, so it was like immediate human care. Jesus was ensuring that his mother Mary would be looked after his death. That's just really basic. In the culture of the time, the widow without a son could be left vulnerable. Entrusting Mary to John was an act of deep love, protection, and practical foresight. I don't think she was a widow then, was she? I think I know she had quite a few children after that. Spiritual adoption, by telling John to behold Mary as his mother and Mary to behold John as her son. Jesus symbolically extended Mary's motherhood to all his followers. In John, the beloved disciple, every believer is represented. Thus, Mary becomes the universal spiritual mother, the mother of all who walk within the path of Christ. Now, this is from a very Christian perspective. Okay. Mary as the living symbol of the divine feminine. Mary is not only his mother, but the archetypal mother of creation, compassion, and nurture. Well, she knows me, the Prakti, the Shakti, the Sophia, the Shekinah. Behold thy mother becomes an invitation to recognize the divine mother present in Mary and through her in all creation. A call to a deeper relationship with the divine. Jesus' words open a doorway. If we behold her with the eyes of the heart, we enter into the embrace of the divine feminine, the womb of God's love. It is both comfort and initiation. Mary, as mother of sorrows, holds the grief of the world, yet as Queen of Heaven, she births the new creation. In essence, Jesus was saying, do not see Mary only as my mother. She is your mother too, the mother of humanity, the mother of the church, the mother of God's children. Behold her, let her hold you. Well, I hear all of that, but I do take it on a much bigger level, as in Mother Gaia. And as you know, I've done like a really deep dive into the Hindu philosophies, and the very little of it. I've only just scratched the surface, and I don't have to do it all. I just kind of feel that it's also important just to, which is an Indian thing, a Hindu thing, is to understand and be totally tolerant of all belief systems and all religions. And part of the way that their system and why they are so strong, and the African people as well, I think it's pretty much all indigenous people around the world, is that they all do venerate the mother, and they see the earth as the mother, and the earth as supplying all our bounty and all good things, from water to food to animals to comfort to shade to housing, which is all very simple. We don't need very much. But in all indigenous cultures, the mother is not just mother to her children. She will embrace all children. Hello, Millie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're just talking a little bit about the mother from a very Catholic perspective as well. And just a basic grassroots, without getting too deep into too much digging today. We'll jump back into Ganesha tomorrow. He is always there, and I was like, oh my God, why do I mix these things up? But these were the answers that I have really got from the divine in the last couple of days. Yeah, because for me, Shiva is also just such an embodiment of the Spirit of God, and very, very powerful in my life. And so is Ganesha. It's hugely. I was taking such a deep dive into. Let me show you some more pretty ones. I want to do it now. Into Ganesha. Let's just leave it with Mary today. But that was the Ganesha that came up for me yesterday. Because it was the end of Ganesha, the Ganesha birthday. It's not just 3 days. I did it all the way. And then we had the moon. And today we have Mother Mary's birthday. I mean, isn't it just so beautiful? And we're about to go into the Divine Mother, the 9 days. It's coming up soon as well. And we have 999 tomorrow. And we have a lot going on this month. So I'm just yet again trying to go opening up a whole new avenue of life again. It's like, oh my goodness me. So yeah, this is as the beautiful Queen of Heaven. I love these old things. I was just saying that when I kind of got to know the Mother Mary, which was part of a very, very sorrowful time in my life, and I started making rosaries. They were dark. They were really beautiful. And I made them with pearls and with crystals. Yeah. It was a very healing space, and I would really pray over each one. I can't wait over my work. The Guadalupe didn't get on download. And always is this sweet. We went to a museum here in Berlin, and it's just like thousands of Madonna pictures. It actually gets a bit much. You can't look at it anymore. There's thousands. And then, yeah, as I said, she is the blessed Queen of Sorrows. I think she's been taken into people take it a bit far, but those of us who've had our heart broken, we can relate very quickly to that image. But obviously, I prefer to relate to her like that. And I know that within that heart, she takes all my sorrows as well. But a lot of people do have that. It's very huge. It's really beautiful. I'm really feeling the father around a lot. So much is just so many endings. Lots of tears, waters, lots and lots of water. Yeah. Um, yeah, a huge amount. Well, there's just so many things, so many of the beings are out here, so many of and the veils are just getting thinner and thinner. And they're going to get very thin between now and definitely the equinox. And then when is the solar eclipse? I think it's the 21st or the 22nd. So we've got the equinox there as well. So it's a time of just letting whatever grief is like leaving us. I wanted to, but I'm not going to do it now. It was being prepared for a while. I will start it tomorrow, which is working with the Kundalini and going through it and awakening it and moving into it through meditations bit by bit, and just getting our grounding back on the ground. But it seems a little weird to bring in. I mean, I do it in myself so easily that I have Ganesha all the time with me. And I had a bit of a wobble with it this week. I had a huge wobble with it this week. And this was like, you can just have a look here very quickly. My crazy journey with with PG the other morning. They said to him, just leave me alone. I'm like, my wings are still wet. As the beautiful goddess of the sea, of the water, I really got very lost in these, not lost at all, very soothed and healed and in deep, deep space and deep reverence and deep meditation with the waters. I'm doing that water thing. I suppose it's like always how it is. But yeah, last week, so you see, I have all of this. So it's a while ago that I was preparing us to do the Ganesha and the awakening of the the base chakra, because it's just so important. But I was at the end of last week, I was walking into town, not into town, just up to the store here. And my father was very attached to his little Vespa scooter, which he used at the office for deliveries. So, I mean, he'd go to the bank and draw out hundreds of thousands of rand and drive around in his dust coat on his Vespa scooter. And I would often go with him, even like quite till very old. I used to love going on the scooter with my father, but so he had this little Vespa scooter that he used as he was the delivery man as well as everything else at his company. And I was walking downtown down to the shop, and I thought, oh, here comes a Vespa scooter. I thought, okay, hello, Daddy. Now there comes 2, there comes 3. No, there's 4, there's 5, there's 10, there's 20. I swear there must have been about 30 Vespa scooters. When the Germans go out on it was on Friday, on a big afternoon thing, on a ride, they do it like hugely. Like it's not just one motorbike, it'll be like a whole village full. And there really must have been about 20 or 30 Vespa scooters. By the time they got to the end, I was laughing and kind of crying so much at the whole thing. The guys, they obviously felt the whole energy, so they were also just laughing by the time. But it was just like this whole concave just of Vespa scooters. So I think my father was like really shouting loudly and saying, "I'm really here." Yeah. So I did also do my Yuki on a Vespa scooter. And yeah, that we will start next week. So you can just, I mean, tomorrow, that we really need to work beautifully with opening up the space chakra. So I have a beautiful meditation that's in between the water stuff. Ay, 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 ay. So much going on. Mm. And going down very, very dark tunnels, but kind of coming out of them. I think we've all been down through a few dark ones. The colors are also very powerful and pertinent at the moment. I'm working very much with gold energy around myself, for a change around myself and around the earth and to everybody, but also doing some form of the violet meditation 2, if not 3 times a day, as often as I can think of doing it. It's just so important because so I'm seeing so many pictures of yes, my love. It is. I will post it up so you can like actually start to meditate upon it and just prepare yourself. Because I thought instead of just going, I've been. I hope that you are breathing up and down your spine, but let's just awaken it slowly, bit by bit. And that's why I do have Ganesha in my life and why I have done such a deep dive with him. Yeah, gold it's so much gold, so much gold. So and it's a very new time. It's not breathing in and letting out the shit. I think it's really breathing in the love and breathing out the love and breathing in the love and breathing out the love. So I really enjoy sort of floating into truth wave meditation at 3:45 in the morning, which is 4:45 in the morning for me here, because I'm really in such a beautiful, cozy space from the astral. And I always feel so really, actually, I'm really so blessed that I always feel so full of this. It's what it is actually the Shekinah glory of God. It's that beautiful. It's the Holy Spirit. It's that beautiful white mist that we often feel ourselves wrapped in and just sprinkled with gold. Angela, hello, beautiful one. Yeah, we were just adoring the mother and just giving her some. So I've got to show them to you again, and I didn't. I'll go through. I'll put them all somewhere together tomorrow. As you know, what was it? I was also dealing with the mother a little while ago, and I kept saying that there was. Are you doing rose gold? Yeah. I think it's so important to wear gold. But that's a thing, my mother, that I just wear these 2 very thin gold bracelets. I do have a few other things, but that's just gold. Yeah. Yeah, going to take a very deep dive somewhere else. I know, I heard that. That was so beautiful, 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 Millie. Yeah, I do hope it happens again. Mm. Yeah, I do enjoy the meditations. I take them really beautifully. And as I just said, I'm really doing a lot of the purple stuff. And I'm really sad and sorry I didn't make Josh today. But the next thing I looked and it was like 6:45 and I thought, oh my goodness, where did the time go? Looking at nothing, no, just trying to figure out how to do something which there's a built-in little video of the external hard drive. It just wouldn't work, so because my computer's groaning, it needs something to be able to hold all the images and the work that I do. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, nice one, Millie. When I had my belly button pierced, I had gold. I had gold and a diamond then. That was so intense when they did that. That was like I had such an explosion of gold. Because any of the piercings that I had, I did with like they were deeply sacred. Oh, sweet. And named her Rose. Oh, what a beautiful name. Hmm. Aww. Well, yeah, you'd carried her. So always. Such a beautiful name. Hmm. Yeah, our beautiful children, yeah, on the earth at the moment. Yeah, and there's so much. Well, the sun has really like been opened up, and huge codes are like really pouring in. Very sacred ceremonies have been done with the sun, with very old people, very ancient tribes. I did mention it a little while ago. Um, so Grace said something absolutely beautifully here, and I'm going to I must copy this and keep it. What did you write? What did you write here, Grace? There are no questions now, only answers. I do love that. And I think that should be absolutely be a kind of mantra. A whole new, completely new avenue, but it makes so much sense. Has opened up for me. No questions, only answers. I love it. And yeah, can you believe it's September already? Okay. So I must tell you, ladies, that's about all I got for today. I want to leave it on a beautiful note with the mother. And I want to thank you so much for being here. I didn't do any advertising of it, and it was really quite spontaneous. But do continue to please, let's put the mother back up again. And I will put a nice slot tomorrow, and we'll just do a quick show of the mother tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have sorted out this thing. Oh, where are we? There we are. Well, after all that, I'm lucky. That's where I just go back. It's just me and my Buddha and my Jesus. Because for me, there's absolutely no doubt that Jesus spent many years in Tibet or in India. There's a lot of record of him being there. I do think he would have gone. Well, he went to Egypt a few times. But that he definitely, because his teachings are just so Indian. They're very, very different to anything else, but they're so Vedic. And definitely that last thing that he said there was behold thy mother. Because if you honor, and that's why India is so strong, is because they just behold the mother. It's always the mother. Yeah. And somebody was just saying, I was listening to somebody, they said like, you don't hear children, hardly hear children crying in India. He said there's always a mother to look after them or a sister, a little mother. and they just do this whole nurturing thing. Hey, there's a lot of stress all over the world, and there's no perfect situation. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we are right now. But there's definitely places to learn from. And for me, for quite a while now, is that if I want some decent history, oh, okay, love, remember, hello, my sweetheart, is yeah, the order, yes, it's beautiful, yeah. Yeah, you could look into that. There's so many, you can get a little confused. But choose the one. I mean, for me, I've like just some of it does get confusing. Yeah, I know. God knows it's like amazing when you get married. Mm, yeah. Mm. She is, yeah, we'll work with it. That's coming up soon. So we'll work again with those, the beautiful nine aspects. Millie, I'm sure, but it's still time to like talk with her. She was actually the goddess of the moon of the eclipse last night, which was Makali. So she was, I didn't go out. Actually, my son, I just really felt to do that inner work last night and to follow that thing and not go out under the moon. But my son was traveling back from Amsterdam, so he took. There's a beautiful orange, pink moon, and there was some funny little old man outside here sitting on his chair waiting for the moon all night. It was very sweet. Most people here have no idea that it's happening. No. So let's just find our beautiful mothers young. And I said tomorrow we'll go back to Ganesha because he goes, and it's so beautiful. He goes with Parvati or the Holy Mother, and it just makes so much sense that she has angels going before her or paving the way for her. Um, I have it in the form of Ganesha, which I've really done it very and only just begun. And it's hugely for me that it started that I want the sacred temples protected, the opening of them, and the new maths and science that's coming out. I really want that protected. I don't want it to go the same bullshit way that it's gone before. Yeah. And it's not that these people don't know; they do know. Within every single, I swear I'm going very like mathematical. Um, within every faculty in university or wherever, they do a very deep dive. Most of the people have no idea what's going on, or the workers or the scientists, but there's always a much deeper dive going on. So yeah, now I've been around the world and then some at a few places that then on top of that. Oi, oi, oi. Ganesha's mouse can take you far places. But yeah, he is the beginning and he is the protector, and she created him. The mother created this immaculate little child, which has got very much this like the ring of Eden, that was created out of sand, out of mud, and then was breathed into him and would be her companion. And then he has his head chopped off, and then he has this resurrection again and comes back with the Father and the blessings of the Father. So, maybe you see some similarity in that story somewhere. But I'm very blessed to have Ganesha. I don't, it's so weird. Sometimes I do see him, but I feel him more. Um, Yeah, but we'll talk a little bit more about it like over the next while. But he does open the path and protect the mother and protect her. Is it, he's running like one step, two steps in front of her, just like a little child. But he's like, as I said, in my meditations with him. The only thing that I think right now that he doesn't like um, be the deity of his war, but that's his brother, who's also interesting. So the beautiful mother. Yeah, we haven't got many. Some of you know I have lots, but I will put them together so we can have a little feast. I was very touched how the pink flamingos popped in because that's my daddy for me as well. He was a man of impeccability and very deep integrity, very high integrity. Well, he must have. He made the money. Well, he made money, but he made the money plates for the country. I only found that out like much later. He didn't tell anybody. Um, it was just like he said to me, "Oh, like, don't you think that I was offered like so much with the work that I do?" Okay. Didn't like because he was like a superb engraver. Um, Not that that's what he wanted to do. The war did things to people, but he was like trained in Switzerland as well. So that's like he thought he was like such a good engraver, and then he went to Switzerland, and they told him it was absolute rubbish, and he must start all over again. But yeah, he made the money plates. So for South Africa. Hello, he's flashing around here. So yeah, I'm going to really bring him in. So this is the mother of Jesus. I don't have Guadalupe. And yes, our dear Queen of Sorrows, Our Lady of Sorrows. I think it's actually quite good to look at this picture for a little while. I didn't like it hanging up, but we don't like it when it's like the nine of swords, the 10 of swords, or the 3 of swords. Affairs of the heart. Oy, 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 oy. Our blessed bleeding heart. I don't know how many hearts I have, that have been put back together again. But this is now enough. It's enough. We don't want to take this through into for this next generation that's coming up. Enough, enough, enough. Josh, is Josh here? Josh, I'm so sorry I missed you. I was like stuck in technical problems here. And then I just I just tuned in. I didn't even get to the end, so you'd already gone off, but you sounded absolutely amazing. So I listened to it a little bit. I don't think that you should give Bubble Bunny to PG. I know, but it gives you so much joy and you share so much joy. We were discussing it. So I really think that you should like hold on to Bubble Bunny and share Bubble Bunny with us. Otherwise, we might forget Bubble Bunny. Yeah, PLR, it's huge. It can get a little too busy, but it's enjoy. I keep trying to make it, but I'm just, and Ganesha. I love Ganesha. Oh, were you under the moon? Oh, okay. Oh. So it's so many new beginnings for all of us. Hey, don't you feel that it's like so many endings have happened? Whether we like it or not, it's just like done. Over. Moving on. Yeah, I didn't go out under the moon. I did meditate as much as I wanted to. But I thought I should, usually I just oh, thank you, Grace. Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine, Josh. It was an amazing find. Yeah, I do every day. You know what, PLR, I didn't do the live, which was like really sad But Jared did such a beautiful Ganesha ceremony. And it is, you can just watch the replay and you can just redo it again for yourself. It is so tender and so beautiful and so filled with so much love. So that's who we often all go over there when he's doing a fire puja. And he actually, he did say, I know, I just didn't feel like being, I'm going to do what I'm not supposed to do this. I just really didn't feel like doing that right now. And it is in the old Vedas that, and yeah, that they don't go out. They're not even supposed to go out under the moon when there's an eclipse. So yeah, I think if you look somewhere on, I did post a very beautiful song, which I just love. It's a Sam Garrett song. It's just I'll see if I can post it, or maybe Josh. I'll see if I can find. I always have trouble finding his place, his space. But do it and then just save it on your phone. I've got it saved, so I will post it up on thingy. You don't have to wait for the Ganesha festival, which just finished now. That's what I was just saying. It's just been so many beautiful things after another, because it just officially finished, and then we had Makali come in with the moon, and now we have the birthday of the Mother Mary, and tomorrow we have 999, and then we have 9/11, and then I'm not sure what's happening in between that, but then we have the equinox, and we have another lunar eclipse. So this whole window, I think it's till the 23rd, is going to be very interesting. So, okay, yeah, there you'll find it there, and then just it's one of his most recent ones. But he was also, I like it. He's posting a little bit these days, which is really lovely. I love his work, his energy very, very much. I find him very wise. Yeah, it's for me, the Indian stuff is, it's like my encyclopedia. You know, if I want to know what's happening in the world, I'll look what they have to say, because they've got a lot of stuff written from for the last 7,000 years. I mean, obviously we go back further than that. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's 999. I know. So, okay. 2035, isn't that a 10? 8, 9, 10. Wouldn't it be 2034 is a 9? Ooh, yep, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. It's cool, man. A couple of years ago, nobody was really known. Yeah, so I've just been channeling my father so much. So I'm sure that's going to come out. Working with the mother. A lot, just very simply for me, my Mary, my Jesus, my God, my Daddy. So find your own. And Ganesha. And taking a whole new turn with Shiva again. I just feel that I have been like just so saved by grace over and over the last few weeks, few months, especially now the last 10 days have been very interesting. But yeah, we've all got to drop the stuff one way or another. So we're back to, so if it's, and remember to be walking. So I said I'll start with working with the Kundalini tomorrow, because I don't want to, but like mix the energies up too much. And let's just leave the endings and the sacredness and just love and the comfort in the arms of the mother today. And I'm going to whichever way she takes. And I'm really sad for those that have a tough time with the mother, their own mother, because it's very difficult to it's not very difficult, it just becomes a little more challenging until you've been really kissed by her. Thank you for that. So especially for you, Josh, I love you lots. So let's just give thanks again, and as we go out and rise in love and walk in grace forever and ever and ever, with a beautiful song on our heart, around us, beautiful music in our ear, the comfort and tenderness and sweetness and beautiful aroma of roses of the mother, and just give thanks and blessings to her. O radiant Mother, Queen of Heaven, bearer of stars, keeper of the rose, you who are Prakriti, the very womb of creation, the eternal river through which all life flows. Holy Mother of Yoshua, you whose immaculate heart holds the mysteries of birth and rebirth, receive our devotion on this blessed day. Mother of Gaia, you who breathe as the mountains, sing as the rivers, and cradle us in the soft green arms of the earth, we bow in gratitude at your feet. O divine Sophia, anointress of light, wrap us in your mantle of pearls and sky. Cloak us in the radiance of your compassion, that we may walk as children of your eternal love. Today we celebrate your holy birth, not bound by time, but eternal in spirit. The flame that shines through all ages, the guiding star of every soul returning home. Bless us, O Mother, to remember your stillness within us, to walk in your gentleness, to live as vessels of your sacred love. Hail Mary, Queen of heaven and earth, we are your children, you are our song. We are your offering of devotion forever and ever. Amen and amen and amen, as Nina Hagen says. Oh, Father. It's definitely my best version. I must try. I didn't get to see you, Melissa. I just saw that you'd done it and then I couldn't find it. Anyway. Lots and lots and lots of love, dear hearts. Sweet, beautiful hearts of the Immaculate Rose, and the immaculate love and blessings and sacredness and grace. And feel the lightness and all sorts of new colors, and dedication to your own sacred path with which we walk. Oh, thank you, Josh. We'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure. And hopefully we'll see us all tomorrow. Many blessings. Have a most beautiful, beautiful afternoon. And please do light a candle today just for the mother sometime, whichever aspect the mother takes in your life. And just spend a few moments with it. So, much love. Namaste. I see the love in you. And we're all rising like beautiful, 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 beautiful lotuses out of the mud. Glory, glory, glory. Hallelujah. Goodbye, everybody. And we will see you later. Bye. Thank you so much for being there.